So what's up guys, may the wife who you marry never be the one to kill you and to kill your children. On the 8th of June 2023, 28-year-old Christine Karimi stabbed her 30-year-old husband Rodgers andere several times in his head and 2 times in his neck, and he managed to run away from his wife. His wife Christine Karimi went directly to the bedroom of his 2 children and stabbed both of them to death. She proceeded to stabbing herself to commit suicide. Her neighbors came to her aid and quickly rushed her to the hospital. This all happened in Rongai, Kajiado County, Kenya. Guys, let's get into this crime story. Now guys, before we get into this crime story, I'd like for you to subscribe, like, comment and share. Subscribe for daily doses of true crime stories like these. And also do not forget to like so that this video can go viral. And also do not forget to share, by that you can create awareness to your family members and friends. Please do not forget to check other true crime stories like these on my YouTube channel. Guys, let's get into this crime story. When Rodgers andere married his beloved Christine Karimi 8 years ago, he thought he had finally found true love, and the woman he had chosen for himself to spend his entire life with her would be the lifetime companion who would walk with him through the lows and the highs of life, till death do them part. But he did not know his wife Christine Karimi would be the one to attempt to kill him and to kill their 2 children. 30-year-old Rodgers andere lived with his wife Christine Karimi and their 2 children. Amani Otieno 6 and Tare Agogo 2 lived in Tare apartments along Masai Lodge. According to one of their neighbors, the couple had lived around the area for 3 years. They occasionally have domestic fights. So Rodgers andere and Christine Karimi were one of those unstable couples who did not just like verbal fights but also physical fights. It all stems from the fact that Rodgers andere always keeps late night and always come home around 1 a.m. in the morning. This had angered his wife on several occasions, who had accused him of committing adultery, but he had always refused all of these accusations from his wife. And due to her husband coming home late at night, this angered her to always pick a fight with her husband and also quarrel him in the midst of their 2 children. Some of their neighbors, being tired of the frequent domestic fight, has always come to their aid as peacemakers, but to no avail. They will both agree to stop fighting, but 2 or 3 days later, they will start fighting again. Rodgers andere frequently coming to his family house around 8, 9, 10 p.m. at night had caused his wife to be so angry to the extent which she couldn't take it no more. So on the fateful day of the 8th of June 2023, around 1 a.m. in the morning, when places are still dark, Rodgers andere came home at that time and knocked the door, and his wife opened the door and they started quarreling each other and fighting. His wife quickly rushed to the kitchen and took out a kitchen knife, came towards her husband and stabbed her husband in the head twice and also stabbed her husband in his neck 3 times. He managed to run away from his wife and called his neighbors. His neighbors immediately came to his aid and blood was everywhere. His wife immediately locked the door of the house to prevent neighbors from coming into their house and start asking questions, and rushed directly into her children's room and stabbed her 2 children while they were sleeping. And they both died and blood was everywhere. Seeing that she had just killed her 2 children, she immediately took the knife and stabbed herself twice to self-commit suicide. And blood was oozing out. Then she fell down and slit her wrist. Her neighbors immediately broke through the main door of the house and came inside the house, seeing her 2 children dead in their room, then seeing her laying there with blood oozing out of her wrist and 2 stabbing wounds in her stomach. They immediately rushed all 3 of them to the hospital, but the 2 children did not make it. They're right now at the city mortuary where their 2 little angelic souls are laying to rest in heaven. While the killer, Christine Karimi, is in Kenyatta National Hospital, where she's receiving treatment and fighting for her life also. And her husband, Rodgers andere, is still in the same hospital, that is Kenyatta National Hospital, where he too is receiving treatment, fighting for his life. Now guys, I'll let you get your thoughts down in the comment section. What do you all think about this true crime story? Now I'll go for my analogy. Now, I know you all will be saying it is mental illness, it is mental illness. This isn't mental illness. This is a wife who is sick of her husband coming home late all the time, cheating on her, and she decided to act out of anger, attempt to kill her husband. But the problem which surrounds this is, why stab your 2 children? They are innocent in all of this. Maybe she felt that her husband would survive the knife attack and her husband will immediately report her to the police and she'll be sent to life imprisonment. So she decided, oh, for me to stay behind bars for life, and my husband will eventually marry one of his mistresses and she will become the stepmother of my children. So let me kill the children and kill myself also, so that this man will have no family member left. If he survives the stab wounds, he can live his life with his mistresses. This is not a case of mental illness. This crime is not something of mental illness. The killer didn't manifest mental illness. The killer intentionally killed the children to prevent her husband, after surviving the stab wounds, not to meet any family members of his. So this for me is a premeditated act. This is not a mental illness issue, because mental illness is a situation where the motive of the killer killing the victims, there is no motive, and the killer just decided one day and took a knife and stabbed the children and stabbed her husband and killed her husband. There is no motive. But yeah, there is a motive of the killer. There's a reason why the killer stabbed her husband, because her husband was coming home late, and they always have this quarrel about him coming home late, and they always have this quarrel about him keeping mistresses outside of his marriage. That must have been the motive which drove him to stab her husband to death. And when she realized that her husband would easily survive the stab wounds, she immediately shut the door of her house and came over to her children's room and stabbed her children and stabbed herself, to commit self-suicide. So that is what I think. So guys, what do you all think? I'd like to get your thoughts down at the comment section. I love you all, but know Jesus Christ loves you more. Do not forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share. And also watch other videos on my YouTube channel. Thank you for watching. I love you all, but know Jesus Christ loves you more. Stay safe and be blessed. Bye bye.